Hello everybody, welcome back to the vlog. It's been a couple weeks since last week I was out with a bit of a shoulder injury. Talk more about that a bit later as we go. Because there's other more exciting news. This week at League, I brought a summit. I've been getting some feedback from folks that, hey, maybe I should try considering going back to my Phase II, get something with a bit more traction, because I've been playing stuff that's largely fairly clean. My Zen, my Alert, the polished up Infinite Physix. Other than the Obsession Tour, I haven't really taken much to League that has a fair bit of early traction. I tried my Phase II in this League earlier in the year, but it kind of burnt up a lot. It wasn't really a good fit. I'd been considering getting the Summit since it came out, and with the new year, I've sort of been feeling better about stuff, so I went ahead and picked one up. And this League session was the first where I tried it out. Here's a quick version of how it worked for me. So it was a comfortable look, but it really does roll really forward off the pattern for me. It is a ball that is not angular, completely as intended, completely as expected. And the way that I throw it, kind of low revs, kind of up the back of it, definitely on top of it, it isn't quite finishing at the right angle to really do anything other than leave 10 pins all day. I moved. I tried going like 3 boards left. I've tried going 3 boards right, move my target with me, both directions. And I would put it in the pocket and leave a 10 pin. It's not a bad ball for me. It just wasn't right for this pattern. We're on a 40-foot house shot. That's a little short, so it definitely has a nice early smooth arc as it goes down the lane. But for me, that's going to be a 10 pin a lot of the time. So going to go ahead and keep them back for now. Going to see what happens when we go back to the 42 and 43 foot patterns, and that should probably be a much better look for the ball. So I ended up finishing up the night with the Infinite Physix. Ended up starting in the same spot. 10 pin. Go figure. Moved to the right. Actually moved like 3 and 3 to the right. Back outside. A little more straight up the lane. Had a pretty okay look. But that went away really quickly just with the other bowls on the pair. Got really cliffy. So Brendan was there. And he kind of suggested to just really move far inside. Moving around third arrow. Which for me is really far inside. And I had a pretty good look. It was hard for me to execute because I don't usually play in that far. So when I threw it well, it was great. If I didn't, I'd miss. That's fine. Basically, what it comes down to is I need to actually practice playing straight up the lane, move outside around 10 board, second arrow, and play up and in. So I mentioned I am dealing with a bit of an injury. I don't know how I did it, but the weekend before last, on Saturday, we were out and about, and suddenly I started getting real bad pain in my non-bowling shoulder. And moving it was cracking and popping and just hurting like mad. Didn't bowl, didn't practice that weekend. Saw a doctor, and from the sounds of it, it is basically something about my rotator cuff over here is inflamed, and that's pinching the nerve in here. It's called impingement. And it's a common thing. It'll get better with rest and non-usage, doing all the things like icing it, taking anti-inflammatory, stuff like that. And we found out that using kinesiology tape, I'm able to actually tape the shoulder up to a point where it actually, improves my posture. I have bad posture. I am like this a lot. That's not great. I need to be more like this a lot. The tape actually helps a lot. Actually keeps you sitting back in a proper position. So I taped it up properly for bowling. Well, correction. Christy taped me up for bowling because I can't reach over here. I have to have her do it all for me. Didn't hurt all night. It was great. However, I had a really bad night of shooting spares. I would have been kind of okay with my night and all those 10 pins, except I went 3 for 7 on single pins. I missed 5 10 pins. I missed a 7 pin. I missed a 4 pin. I was angry. Well, not angry. I was frustrated and didn't know what was going on. Slowed things down, moved a little bit, and got there. On the way home, as I was talking through the night, Christy and I both came up with a realization. The tape on the shoulder, which for whatever reason makes my shoulder be back a little bit, would mean that when I was bowling, my left shoulder was back a bit, and I was missing by this much to the left. So there's a very good chance that I was coming to line And rather than being squared over towards my 10-pin target, I was a little bit more this way because my shoulder would have been a little bit locked back into a position. If that's the case, that would account for it. So what I'm going to do this weekend is get taped up, go down and practice, and recalibrate my targets and see just where my targets are while taped, because there's enough difference for me in how my body moves with that shoulder taped up that it may have affected my spear targeting. The week wasn't great, so it wasn't very good. For me, it was great for the team. Christy shot a new career high series. She has been making some changes and getting some stuff figured out. She's doing really, really well right now. We had Brandon here, and he had a couple rough games, but then went off for like a 7-bagger in game 3. And then our other teammate, Anthony, had a shot like a 670. So he had a great night. It was amazing. So we are actually in 5th place entering the 2nd and 3rd position round, which is pretty cool for us. Team-wise, we're in great shape. And so I'm really happy with the way our team is going. I just feel bad about not really contributing to it last week. So that's it for the week. To sum it up, the summit is an okay look for me. It definitely is a strong control piece. I put the thing in the pocket practically every time I threw it. I just need to find the right time to use it and the right way to throw it. So it's going to be a thing I need to spend some time practicing with, get some more experience with it, see where it rolls, what I can adjust to use it. And my spare shooting was for crap, but I think there's a good reason why, and it should be easily fixed. So that's where I am right now. I'm still mostly positive. Things are cool with the team. Gonna have a good time coming up next week. So thank you for watching. It's been a good one. Good luck and good bowling.